In a meeting, everyone is using a very popular application. It can predict the player's lifespan. Look, this person can only live another 60 years. This person has 30 years left. Only this girl looked pale. It turned out the app showed that she only has 3 hours to live. Looking at the girl's worried expression, everyone laughed at her. They did not believe in this game. After the meeting, her boyfriend drove her home, but she knew her boyfriend was drunk. She advised him not to drive anymore, but her boyfriend didn't listen. At this moment, the girl suddenly remembered that damn app, so she decided to walk. Suddenly her phone rang a bizarre notification. She looked at it. Countdown time 7 minutes. She felt insecure. It was dark. She walked and was afraid. When she nearly got home, her phone rang again. Only 2 minutes left. She was depressed. She rushed home, closed the door, but her phone kept ringing. It was like the sound of the death. She was more frightened, so she switched off her phone. Then she became calm. She walked into the bathroom. She wanted to drink water, but suddenly heard a weird sound. She came closer. When she was about to cover the window, suddenly, when she fell down, the stopwatch reached 0. She died. At the same time, her boyfriend crashed into a tree and got an accident. A branch of tree fell right on the side seat, where the girl often sat. That meant even if the girl didn't get off the car, she would still die. The man was alive and taken to the hospital. The main female is the hospital's nurse. She could feel the man's bad mood, so she consoled him. He showed her the app, and said his lifespan was only 19 hours left. If the death of his girlfriend was not unexpected, that means he was also about to die. The girl did not believe and advised the guy to not think about that. She told that to her mates. 2 colleagues bravely downloaded that app. It showed that they have 5 years. They didn't believe and forgot about it. But after work, the girl was too curious. She downloaded the app, and she saw that she only had 2 days left to live. Although she didn't believe, but she was quite worried. In the hospital, the injured man was about to take a surgery. He looked at the app. Only 3 minutes left. He would die in the surgical room. He decided to quit and leave. But when he reached the turn, he saw a mirror above. It was reflecting something. He rushed to the emergency exit. The light suddenly went off, and his phone rang. He took it. Only 1 minute 29 seconds left. At that moment, a footstep was close. He looked up. That was his dead girlfriend. He was scared to death. The dead girl came close to him. In the moment that stopwatch reached 0, the man fell downstairs and died. The next day, the nurse got the news about the man's death. She was frightened. She wanted that man's phone to see the stopwatch, but she couldn't unlock it. She came to the mortuary. She wanted to unlock the phone, but that man was dead, so she secretly came there. She uncovered the body bag, and got his fingerprint to unlock the phone, but it didn't work. She then had no choice but to open his eyes, and unlocked the phone by Face ID. The stopwatch was at 0. She came back to her office, and saw that she only had 2 days left. She was scared. Then a doctor asked for her. At first, it was just about work, but then he flirted her. He even wanted to rape her. She rudely fought against him, but that doctor was her superior. She could do nothing. Moreover, she had more things to worry about. In the evening, she intended to delete that app, but she couldn't. She was more and more afraid. The next day, her sister came. She wanted to stay there for a few days, but because of being through lots of strange things, she told her sister to leave, because she didn't want her to be involved. Her sister didn't understand. She got angry and left. The maid came to a phone store. She bought a new phone and SIM card. Looking at the new phone without that app, she breathed a sigh of relief. But the phone rang again when she got to the door. That app was installed automatically, like a ghost following her. She went back to her car. Less than 1 day left to live. She was so scared. Then she saw a shadow on the screen. She turned back. It disappeared. She felt so strange. Suddenly, she got out of the car. The shadow disappeared. The car's owner that she crashed was coming. He got mad. A black guy came out of the store. He told the driver to go away and saved her. Then, that black guy showed her his phone. It turned out that he also had a bad luck like her. So they helped each other. Then, they came to a church, to find the reverend for help. They told Reverend what they were going under. After the speech, he remembered an ancient oath. It was said that people could know the death of themselves in advance, but there's no way to avoid it. They have to live in fear until death. The Reverend didn't make it clear why that oath became an application. It may be run by ghosts. The black guy wondered. The Reverend continued, "To break the oath, we need the app id, we need a technology expert." Then the girl thought the phone store owner was an expert. They rushed there, and offered a high price to do that. That man broke into the system. All people's lifespans were on the screen. The girl saw his sister's lifespan. It was even shorter than her. She panicked. The expert slowly changed the id, and fixed the lifespan to 60 years. The number on the app was also changed. Then he fixed the girl's lifespan up to years, so they could live longer. They finally could breathe a sigh of relief. Their relationship was much better. Until midnight, when the girl was sleeping, she thought the black man was hugging her, but the man was coming in. She panicked, her phone rang. She picked it up. Time was set to the old one. It looked like the death discovered their actions. The black man only had 2 hours left. What should they do? The girl hurriedly hugged her sister. They rushed to find the Reverend. She showed him the statistics. The Reverend came up with a way. As long as someone wouldn't die at the set time on the app, then the curse will be removed. It also meant that 1 in 3 people must sacrifice themselves, to die first. Of course, they didn't agree. Then the only way was to face against the death, to protect one of them and avoid the death. The Reverend mixed salt with oil paint, and told them to draw a circle on the floor. It was said that the circle could block demons. They stood in circle. The death sound was around. The death had came, but the Reverend's idea seemed effective. The death was blocked by the circle. They gathered in the circle, but at that moment, the black man suddenly saw his dead brother. He was stunned. He carelessly stepped out of the circle, and was pulled out by the death. The girl tried to pull him back, so did the sister. Luckily the black man was still alive, but just after saying, "I'm all right," he died. The sister was also injured. She kept bleeding, and was taken to the hospital. She was treated immediately, but she didn't have much time left. At that moment, the main girl saw the doctor. She remembered that he also used that app. That meant, if that doctor died first, then the oath could be solved. She flirted him, and attracted him to a room, then hit him with a stick. She held an injection. It was a poisonous weapon. If she injected it in the doctor, the death would come and take him away. But the death saved him. It's over. Her sister only had 2 minutes left. The death found her. In the last moment, the girl came, injected the shot into her. She wanted to suicide in order to solve the oath. She said goodbye to her sister. Then, in front of the death, she injected the shot, fell to the ground. The death lifted her up. She looked into his eyes, then died. The death was mad, and gradually disappeared. The sister ran to the girl. She discovered a portion to save her sister. Malone, the name of the portion. It turned out that the smart sister had prepared a portion to save her life. She injected the portion into her sister. As expected, the male girl woke up. She cheated the death, and saved herself and her sister. Later, they were back to normal life. The doctor was arrested, and put in jail. Everything became alright. But, on that day, the girl's phone appeared a warning from the death. She opened it. Countdown version 2.0 had been installed.